Let's be honest, America. Whether you love the current guy in office and hated the last one, or you loved the last guy and you hate the current one, can't we all agree that nearly half the nation hating the leaders we elect isn't getting us anywhere as a democracy? In a nation with over 500,000 elected officials, isn't it weird how much energy we spend fixated on one person in one White House when there are so many other important issues we can change that hit so much closer to home? Sure, there have been marches and protests on both sides of the aisle. Some of us have called and emailed our elected officials, only to see our effort evaporate into the black box of government. Never sure if we made any difference at all. And on election day, we're fighting over propositions and candidates we wouldn't have chosen in the first place, debating policies crafted by wealthy special interests, and choosing candidates selected by parties that don't seem to hear anyone out without a lobby or a super PAC. So it's not surprising that 76% of Americans say our government is run by a few big interests. 74% believe that most elected officials put their own interests first, and only 20% of us feel we can trust our government to do what is right. And we're all voting less, participating less, and expecting less because of it. In the last presidential election, only 59% of us voted. And when we give up our own political power, we give politicians, lobbyists, and special interests that much more control over the direction of our cities, states, and our country. It's time we, the people, took our democracy back. We, the cat video posting, thirst trap setting, kickstarting, ice bucket challenging, liking, following, sharing denizens of America, need to take the technology we've all become so good at and use it to do something powerful. What if there was a platform where people like us could crowdsource ideas for new laws that actually made our lives better? Where we could lend our voice and our votes to policies created by people just like us? Where we built movements that politicians actually listened to, that newsrooms reported on? And where we become too loud and too unified to ignore? What if there was a lobby for the rest of us? There is now. We call it LawMaker. LawMaker is the first micro-lobbying site that allows people like us to crowdsource new laws and build coalitions to convince the representatives we elect to actually represent us. So, just like the lobbyists and special interest groups, let's tell our politicians what we want in exchange for our support and our votes. Lobbyists don't wait for elections to be heard. They talk to our politicians every single day. Isn't it time we did the same? LawMaker is based on this one simple principle. We, the people, are supposed to be at the center of our democracy. That we are more powerful working together than we are alone. That we are a force to be reckoned with. That we are LawMaker. Join us.